Hello Year 10, welcome to video last year's half yearly. This one looking at question 4, one sort of question we haven't done very much, so I thought it'd be good to look at what's happening pictorially as well as mathematically. Okay, we're going to find the equation of a line, so it's going to be something in this form. And it's going to be passing through a point 3, -1 and parallel to the straight line with that equation. So there's a lot to take in. So we're looking for an equation that passes through that point, and it's always good to highlight or underline key parts of the question. Parallel at that equation. So I'm going to find a new equation of a line that passes through that point parallel to this line. Okay, so this is this line, 2x plus 1. Let me just rewrite that a bit neater. 2x plus 1. That's this one. So as I said, it's good to see things pictorial as well before we do the mathematical stuff. Now, already, since I know that lines parallel have the same gradient, because the line parallel to this, that's close, that's close. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay. Oh, okay. Undo. Line parallel to this one is going to be over here somewhere because it's got to pass through this point, 3, -1. Now I've got a bit sidetracked. So it's going to be parallel to this one, same gradient, so it's going to be over here somewhere. Now what I know already from all of this is this 2 from this line here, that's the gradient of this one, 2. So it's going to be 2x, y equals 2x, but it can't be plus 1 because otherwise it would be the same line. It's got to go through this point here, so the plus 1 is different. So because we don't know what this next part is, we put plus b. Okay, so piecing together that again, we know it's parallel, which means same gradient, which means we can put the 2 there. So that 2 part of this equation is the gradient part. So y equals 2x, but the plus b thing can't be plus 1 here because that will make it that same line. So we've got to put a plus b because we don't know what that is yet. Well, we do know what this is, so that's all good. So how do we go? Where do we go from here then? So mathematically what we can do is that we know that for any value of x, any value of x, we do this, we can get a value for y. Well, we've already got a point on the line which we can use in here, and so we can see what the plus b is. If we use this point, when we use this point and put the values in this, we can find out what our new plus b is. So I'm going to do that. So that's what you do when you're doing this sort of question. Equation a line that passes through a point parallel to this. You do this part for the gradient. Then for the rest of it, we've got to eliminate all the variables except 1. And the way to do it is use 3 for x and -1 for y. And when we do that, we're going to be left with just our plus b. So y is -1. and x is 3, so we can put 2 times 3 plus whatever the b is. Okay, I'm just going to go back over here. So negative 1 equals 2 times 3 plus whatever the b is. And negative 1 equals 6 plus b. Negative 1 equals 6 plus b. And so that would mean we can simplify this by taking the 6 away and taking it away from here as well. So we're going to take away 6. And that means that that's gone. And take away 6 from negative 1, you get negative 7. The b is the negative 7. So the equation that satisfies all this is y equals 2x. And now we found what our plus b is. Minus 7. And so just to see if I can get to there and do this, y equals 2x minus 7, and moved around a little bit. Okay, it goes through minus 7 and it's parallel, the blue line is parallel to the red one, and it passes through 3, negative 1, which is everything we want. Just one more thing. So there's your answer. So I know this is a bit abstract for a lot of you, so I'm just going to run through this again just very quickly. We're looking for an equation, which we found, of a line that passes through that point, but it's also got to be parallel to this equation here. This line, that one, that's 2x plus 1. It's got to be parallel to that and pass through that. Now, so what we get are the clues, and from the first clue I'd go with the fact that it's parallel. Parallel means it's the same gradient, and from y equals 2x plus 1 the gradient is 2. If we did rise over run for this one, you'd go on this, see these 2 points, there's a run of 1 and a rise of 2. So the gradient is 2. Our new equation, our new line, has the same gradient, 2. So we can begin the transformation to the new equation by putting this y equals 2x, just like the first one. The difference is, because it's parallel, it's over here somewhere, and that plus b is where this new line crosses this here. For this equation, 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1 is passing through this plus 1. So you've got to have two conditions, the slope or gradient and where it crosses here. Okay, so that line there crosses there at plus 1, that's where we get this from, the plus 1. The new line here that goes this way, we don't know where it crosses this line here yet, so that's an unknown. Same gradient, y-intercept is unknown. So now we've got 3 unknowns, x, y and x and the plus b. So then what we do, the step that is mainly misunderstood, is we can sub in the values of this, because these subbed in will be part of the line. Okay, so we can put 3 for x and negative 1 for y, and have still our plus b is unknown. So negative 1 for y, instead of y equals, we've got negative 1 equals. And 2 times whatever x is, 2 times 3. Y value negative 1, x value 3. Wow, negative 1 equals 2 times x, 2 times 3. So now plus b is still not known. So I just moved that over here. The y value is negative 1 from our point, equals 2 times 3, x value from our point, plus our unknown b. And then I simplified it to move the numbers over the left and the b on the right. We found that the b is negative 7, and that's the point that the line crosses the y-axis. And we found out by having a look here. There it is. New line crosses the y-axis at minus 7, and it still passes through the point 3, negative 1, so it satisfies 3 conditions. It satisfies the condition that it's parallel. It satisfies the condition that it passes through that point. And then once we solved it all, it passes through negative 7. So that's how you get an equation of this sort. If you did one that had to be perpendicular, you do everything else the same, except that would be inverse and change sign. So that's that one there. Thank you.